What's up, guys? You're watching Hot Facts with my dad, Robert Reese.
Facts with Robert Reese.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Man, I wear Hot Facts, man, with my boy Robert Reese, man. It's past the dark, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Get them facts.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You are watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
What's up, y'all? We watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
Me out, check 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 me out, check.
Hey, Hot Facts with Robert Reese, man. This your boy Dash Bandicoot tapping in with you, brother. Hey, I'm right here on a break in my dash right now, getting busy, but I figured I'd tap in before I eat some grub real quick. But yo, man, I like your channel, like what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we share some of the same ideas as far as like how to navigate this gig market. So just tapping in, showing love, man. I seen your comment. Finally got a chance to hit you, bro. Whenever you get a chance back, man, just holler, man, for sure, man. Love, bro. Be safe.
Get that in, sir. We are at the Fast Strip, people. We have another local Hot Facts with Robert Reese. What makes you stop here at the Fast Strip?
Cheap gas.
Now, is this the cheapest gas around?
Yes, it is. I checked the gas, buddy. This is the place to go if you want your cheap gas.
Now, check this out. You said Gas Buddy. Please explain that. I know what it is. For people that don't know, let them know what Gas Buddy is.
It's a website where you go on and check out the prices for the gasoline and the lowest in your area.
Yes, sir. Now, all you got to say is this. You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time. You got one shot. You got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5. No mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way. What I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me.
We got a great show today. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got a great show today. The Hot Seat, brand new show, The Hot Seat. Yeah, buddy. 4th episode number 4, people. Episode number 4. Let's take it to the top. The Hot Seat. The Hot Seat. Thank you, everybody. Welcome once again to another episode of the Hot Seat. Like I said, this is episode number 4. Okay, I know you guys have seen the first 3 episodes. They've been pretty good. Very great topics. We're gonna make sure that we stay on par with the topics, the information that is going on out there. We're going to make sure that we do all of that for you guys. I know some of you guys, whatever you do for your job, if you do the same thing every day, you may want to just hear something different. So you'll go ahead, check out the Hot Seat. The Hot Seat is hot topics. We debunk bogus statements and bring in the truth, your opinions, and everything. If someone is personally on the hot seat, and they're on the hot seat for a statement that they made or anything else like that, they have the opportunity to click the link while they're on the hot seat. Me being the host, go ahead and ask them the question and let them answer, give their opinion on why it is, why it's not, do all that stuff, and go ahead about it. Now, when it's about a political issue or anything else like that, we throw those in. Those are on the hot seat. A lot of people out there want to speak their mind and get it off. So the hot seat is here for you to do that. The link is open, so this is not a particular hot seat about just an individual person. So the hot seat is open. Me, myself, I can have 5 more people up there. If you want to get on up and go through the topics with me, we'll go ahead and get those in. But you do see the title up there. You do see P. Diddy up there. And before I do get to him, I want to give a big shout out to the Mic Drop BBQ, one of the hugest supporters of Hot Facts with Robert Reese channel. Has it going on. Huge supporter of the shows. He's also a Hot Crew member, people, with the Hot Crew. It allows me to do promos for you, create videos, do all that, throw them on out there. I throw them on all my other social media outlets also, so you get more exposure. You get to pick the titles of upcoming shows, members only content, or lost episodes that I do put up and just throw straight out there, things like that. You get the moderating ranch, quick replies to anything else out there. And we have quite a few Hot Crew members who have channels who are having a little bit of trouble with marketing and getting their channel name out there. So I have Nightbot Jeffrey here also. You will see my my AI Jeffrey. He'll go ahead and throw up the channels and things like that that are Hot Crew members and who are being promoted. We do that. Do you in front of videos. When I do premieres, a lot of the videos I make for these people will play in front of my premieres as everything else goes, so that they get exposure. The more of the people that you know about, the better. And the great thing about it is their audiences are getting it, that their audiences are loving what's going on. And then you go over there, you get on those panels and things happen, and then that's how you grow. So big ups to the Mic Drop BBQ for being a huge supporter of Hot Facts with Robert Reese. But here on the hot seat today, people, I'm gonna give you a rundown of the topics, and when you feel like you want to hop in on one, you go ahead and let me know. Okay, so I'll start off with the list. I'm gonna run down these topics right now, and then we're gonna go ahead and start. Okay, so first off, we're gonna be getting into P. Diddy involved in sex trafficking. Okay, LA and Miami homes raided. We're gonna go ahead and break that down right there. There's some other people's names that have been brought up. A lot of history that I can go ahead and bring in from the hip hop side that will let you guys understand a little bit more about it right there. From that, people, we do know that that Baltimore, the governor has issued a state of emergency. We all saw what the cargo ship did on how it had the bridge collapse. So we will be going over that. And there's been a new law put in place, people, for social media. Okay, now social media is taking away parental rights. We're going to get into all of that, people. There's the video clips are going to be for all of those also, so you get a better understanding on what's going on, not just me saying it. Now, also, we have here the state of Illinois parole board is responsible for a child's death. Now, this is going to be a pretty interesting topic, so do stay tuned for that one right there. Now, I found something kind of crazy, nasty, and dirty out there. There's a restaurant that's putting its customers at risk with sale of contaminated pork and roaches. So we will be putting them on the hot seat today. Also, this is crazy, people. Utah restaurants are at war with DoorDash. Now, there's some information going on out there that the people who are in the gig space and who do DoorDash, they have not been telling us, but I will uncover this story and bring it to the rest of you guys, especially if you drive in Utah. Okay, and also there's a question that will be asked if someone is prejudiced or if they are racist, and I'll explain how that goes later on. Okay, I'll explain how that goes later on, but we're gonna go ahead and get started right now on the hot seat, and we're gonna start off with this. Okay, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, the Harlem Shake, hit you with the Harlem Shake. The Harlem Shake, man, being around the world, all that stuff, him and Mace, people, Big Papa, Junior Mafia, Lil Kim, G Dep, all of them, Loon, all them dudes, all of them dudes, people. There have been people around him. What about old boy Shine? Shine's locked up in jail. Shine did some crazy stuff for Diddy. Diddy is in the spotlight. Now, we all know, we've heard allegations of Puff Daddy on what he has done with young men, young women, how he interns and everything. There's been a whole lot going on. Puff Daddy has now entered the scene of the Epsteins. That is what he has done. The island and all this stuff, visiting and doing all. He entered there. He's part of the Bill Cosby group. He's part of all of that. Vince McMahon is crazy. He didn't get everything rated and do all this. He just resigned, and Brock Lesnar's involved in this. We got Jay-Z involved with this. I'll go ahead and break it down. We even got somebody that looked like, man, he shouldn't even be doing nothing, but he's the drug runner for Jay-Z. He even got caught up. I mean, for Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy ships, his private jet got put on hold, couldn't go nowhere. The brother disguised the whole thing and everything else like that. He knew something was going to happen. But before we dive on into it, we're going to take a look at this clip. Let me go ahead and get this clip ready for everybody. This is nuts right here. Puff Daddy, like, this is the hot seat of all. This is the biggest. I can't say it's the biggest hot seat, but this hot seat is nuts, people. Let's go ahead and get right on into this.
That we can see from that sky cam is massive, sprawling, and we don't know exactly what they are looking for. It could be something as small as a USB drive, or it could be several boxes of documents that could prove his guilt or prove his innocence. So, and you mentioned those guns that we saw law enforcement carrying. It sounds like that's pretty routine because they're going into a home. It's a huge home. It's not secured. But from what we have seen on the ground and from local reports, that this was a very easy entry. There was no sort of violence or any sort of skirmish inside the home. So the weapons that you may have seen there are probably just cautionary. Again, this could take several hours considering that these are two separate homes in two different locations. So we're waiting to get more details, and we're still trying to figure out where exactly P. Diddy is located. No one has been able to confirm that at this hour. Alex?
So that was going to be my other question, Dana, is where is he now? I mean, we don't know is the short answer, huh?
He could be anywhere, assuming that he's not here in Los Angeles, because we saw from that chopper video several people that were taken out of the home. Some appear to be in handcuffs, and that is customary when you're doing a raid. They want to check everyone out, make sure everyone who they say they are. We have not seen any images of P. Diddy, which shows that he may not be in his Miami or his Los Angeles home, but I'm sure over the next several minutes and hours we will get more details. Hallie?
Now this is Puff Daddy's, aka P. Diddy. This is his mule, aka the drug runner, the gun getter, the everything else. They caught him also. Okay, they caught him, they put him in custody, and he made bond. He made bail. So this guy has a lot of information. They took him in also, but we'll keep talking about it. All right, now, so they said they didn't know where Puff Daddy was while that was going on. Let me tell you this. While that was going on, Puff Daddy was spotted outside of a restaurant in Miami, walking, pacing back and forth, looking very, very disturbed. He knew the feds were at his home. Now, people, when the feds enter your home, I don't know a lot if like a lot of you guys know, they don't come unless they have something on you. That's why their conviction rate is so high. They don't come unless they have something, and they are the kings of flipping people. We will see how gangster Puff Daddy is when he's not making the band. Because he's gonna have to put on a wristband, and we know how they get treated on the inside when they're locked up. So Puffy was very, very, very worried. He knew they were there. Now, what they did do is they retrieved tapes. We don't know what those tapes are, but just like R. Kelly, just like mob bosses, they always keep their big loot of money around them. You're always gonna find that someone that's doing something, and they are doing something with kids or anything, or sex trafficking or anything. They have a laptop, USB. They have something that's there that they are keeping very close to them that has all the information on it. Now, since Puffy has these big mansions with trap doors and trap rooms and elevators and nowhere to escape, as what one of the gentlemen said he was in a place and he felt like he could not get away. I don't know who you are, but ain't no grown man finna be twiddling his fingers up my booty. And then it come out later and make me look like this. Nah, man, money is not all that great. Puffy played a big role, people, in building of at least the early to mid 90s hip hop, going out there with the Craig Max and everything else, and bringing up that East Coast. Let's let Biggie and all them bring up the empire, East Coast, West Coast beef, all that other stuff. Now, Puffy was also, people, one of the main people as far as the Tupac murder and trial, and the Keefy D thing with the Southside Compton Crips. Puffy has ties with that. Everyone knows that Puffy is a gangster on that level too, much like Suge Knight. We also know that Reggie White, people, a lot of you guys don't know that Reggie's been putting up some information. He's one of the main people that helped bust all of that stuff down. Puffy has always been in the light. Now, going through all that, just like R. Kelly, man, bringing in young artists and doing stuff like that, the stories has always been around. But they say when Puff Daddy sold his blood on that paper right there, he started doing weird things to interns, doing stuff with men and all this other stuff. Now, we did hear from Cat Williams when Cat Williams said, you go to these some of these parties and you open the door and Professor Ogilvy is in the room. He like, damn, Professor Ogilvy? You in here? And Professor Ogilvy is in some church shoes with a bow tie on with a dude licking his balls. What type of shit is that? But that's the type of shit those dudes do to sell their soul to get to wherever they're going to get. They get in room to where they get pissed on and stuff like that. Now, we all know that there was a time back in the day when Jay-Z was making that money on the street, selling that crack. It's all in the songs, Marcy, you know what I'm saying? Where he from? All that other stuff. That's where he's from. Marcy, slanging that stuff, doing all that. At that time, Jay-Z has been implicated in stuff, as the messing around with Rihanna when she was underage and all this other stuff. But all these people are from the other side. And if you know what I mean from the other side, I'm talking about let's illuminate our eyes a little bit. They are from that side. So these people do some really crazy, freaky things. Now, Epstein also, we don't know how much he flipped. You know, he's got a whole island with nasty stuff going on. We don't know how much he flipped. And did they find Puffy's name and then was like, damn, Puffy, we knew it was something that we go get you on because we can't get you for this Tupac thing. We cannot. We go find something to get you on. Was Puffy one of the VIP bringing in young Haitians and taking them to an island and making them think that they go be part of Bad Boy while they being interns and all that stuff? Was he doing all that? A lot of us don't know, but as the information does come out, you see his eyes get redder and redder and redder. Now, if someone don't know anything, which is why I know them being a part of the other side, I'm not saying if it's Freemason or if it's Shriners, I don't know what other Elks Lodge or whatever else it is. Someone tipped him off. Someone in the industry tipped him off because his plane, his private jet, was found in the American Virgin Islands, okay, sitting there, and he had it set so they cannot track anything. Now, I'm thinking myself, what if Puff Daddy has some information about whatever he's got going on disguised as flight logs, and they got to go ahead and get that. Now, they did seize, not only and raid the homes, took those tapes, they also took all of his electronic devices. So if he has a flip camera, cell phone, tablet, computers, anything that he has that is electrical, that runs off a USB, that runs off anything, they seized everything. His boys, his kids, everything. Now, you do know that any other people that are in the organization of the Bad Boy organization that are in a higher position, they're also, their things are going to be seized too. Everything's going to be tapped. Other people are going to be like, damn, I was the person that they told me don't let nobody back here after a certain time. I know what's going on, but I'm just not going to pay attention. I'm the person that actually was doing that. So now these people are now going to be in trouble. A lot of these people are going to be the flippers. Now this drug mule, the dude who will go and get the guns and go and get all the other stuff for these parties and the people in the dark and black rooms. This young gentleman right here is going to spill the beans. I want to know, how hard is Puffy going to flip? And I want to know is, you know, how much jail time? Now, we just saw Andrew Tate was involved with you know, things like this. Then in Romania, they seized the cars, they did all this other stuff. You got to understand, people, these entertainers go around the world. It's illumination. They are part of groups. They may be doing things together, people, and that's why they do all this stuff. The Vince McMahon thing. The crazy thing about Vince McMahon is that, you know, he resigned. Brock Lesnar wasn't put in the video game. He can't do anything right now until everything's cleared. Looks like it's not really gonna get cleared, but they didn't go raid McMahon's house and do all this to Vince McMahon because he is a legitimate full billionaire. Puff Daddy is like a 600 millionaire with billion-dollar assets. There's a big difference on how that works and how they did not do the same thing to Vince McMahon on how they're doing with Puffy. You guys can make your own decision about that and how that works. But these tapes that they are finding and things that they are getting, we all know that people keep things as treasures. If you watch Law and Order SVU, these people will keep things as a treasure, as something that is there. If they find Puffy hammering like a 16-year-old boy trying to be in a boy group or something else like that, man, wasn't Bentley Farnsworth with Puffy? Wasn't Bentley Farnsworth with Puffy? Now, ain't nothing wrong with Bentley Farnsworth, but for a brother to purposely want to be an old house nigga slave coon and to be dancing around like that, somebody might be bam. Now, we all know the stories that went on that people have put out about catching Will Smith getting smacked in the back like that and all that. These stories, people, this is why they try to block a lot of people like Cat Williams and all these guys out. People, we know that there's videos of these things going on. That's how they keep these artists' career. This is how they keep their masters. This is how they keep all of their rights. Yeah, you ain't getting out of this deal because remember when this happened to you, they pulled that stuff up. That's all the feds are trying to find. Let us see that you are hammering people in the booties who don't want it. But my other thing is, who are these men saying, yeah, man, Puffy said I could see third background singer. What you gotta do? I gotta hold his balls. I'm just not doing that. And for someone to let someone go ahead and do that. That is just nasty right there. And some people are blinded by the money and what they are promised, and then they'll say, well, this is just a fraction of my life that I'm going to forget. You ain't never going to forget that, because when someone has a stature like Puff Daddy, it's going to come out. And let me tell you, people, once again, when the feds come, the feds come. I don't know if a lot of you guys had a house raided. I had. I don't know if you guys know about when the feds come. When the feds come, they got something. They know something. Someone is going away. Now, we do know that there's going to be high attorney play in this. The best lawyers all around the world are going to want to go ahead and get a piece of this. You may even see Mayor Giuliani want to go ahead and hop in and try to help Puff Daddy out. You may even try to see that to keep that New York state of mind up in there. You will see the best law team assembled by mankind. Puffy has money, and now we already know that, you know, with Beyonce's sister in the elevator with Jay-Z and doing all that other stuff, we all know that there's things there. Jay-Z has had things back from the early 90s, 91, 92, 93, allegations of him doing things, and some people have actually vouched, people from the area, and said it's all the way true. These things have been slid under the bus once he became and signed his name in that ink too. Did that. So he's gonna be hiring one of the most infamous law team ever to clear his name, to keep him away from this, because he has title. That means his kids are gonna get ridiculed. Blue Ivy and the other one, I forget the other one's name. Beyonce already gets her thing because she signed her soul too. She's part of the woman side of the Illumination part. They're gonna get more of that. That means sponsorships, all the other stuff. That stuff trickles down to LeBron James. All that stuff trickles down to all that stuff, and it trickles down, and then you'll see, well, damn, is this NBA player involved with this too? Damn, their Puffy's they always say, look, people, this is just the beginning of this. I'm gonna tell you, there's gonna be a piece of information that's gonna blow everybody's minds, and when it blows your mind, you're gonna be like, damn, and then you're gonna be like, man, I guess what they say in these rap songs is true. You know, like when they doing a rap battle and they be like, man, I'll take you and I'll F this nigga in the ass, make him scream. Some of these dudes be doing that, but that's really the fetish that these dudes got. I don't know why they have it, and I don't know why when you get all that much money, do normal things not interest you anymore. I don't understand how, like, I have a wife, and I don't know how I can have a whole bunch of money, have kids and a wife, and then say a little man's ass look good. I don't know how that works. I don't know how you get so bored with your money that you'll join in to be part of rings to take people allegedly. Now, we don't know if Puffy's name was on that list. What if his name was on that list? And maybe what if he did help out the Epstein Island and all this other stuff? We don't know. But why, when they get so much money, they do this? Why? Now, how all these old ass women came out about Bill Cosby 88,000 years later, we should see a lot of interns, men and women, outside of the already known participants going on, start coming up. Start coming up. Okay? Start coming up. You should see a lot of interns, a lot of men. We'll see some Jussie Smollett's pop up. Some people saying, yeah, Puffy did this to me, and it's completely fake. You'll see people just trying to go ahead and get paid, trying to see, well, how much will he just settle for? How much will he just settle out of court for? Because his last lawsuit that he paid it in like less than 48 hours, the whole entire thing. He was like, it's done. Don't bring this up anymore. It's done. So all this money right now, we'll see how much money can buy right now. This is just nuts right now. Puffy, P. Diddy on a hot seat. P. Diddy on a hot seat. Let me go through this chat. Let me go through. Have you seen any comments in here? I've been talking the whole time.
Yeah, there's a few.
Okay, I saw Dashing with John just say put it on the t-shirt, it will sell. Yeah.
That's a good one. Did he or did he not?
Yeah, did he or did he not? Yeah, did he or did he not? Yeah, exactly. And people are like, a lot of you guys got to understand, these guys just, I don't know. The devil works in mysterious ways. The devil works in just mysterious ways. And Puff Daddy is under the hot seat. Hopefully nothing happens. If anyone wants to go ahead, go ahead and hop in on this, go ahead and let me know. Go ahead and click the link, because we're going to be getting into the next topic. So we're going to be getting into the next topic. All the topics are up here on the screen, unless you're blind. I got a question. All right, this is someone named Thunder, and I know who this gentleman is. Before I get to the next topic, if anyone don't want to talk about this one here, he says, Robert, what are you going to talk about today? Well, I'm going to talk about something that happened. You said that you only make comments and do reactions to videos when your name is brought up in it and it's about you. Well, you know, this is the hot seat. We talk about multiple issues, and there's a couple issues from the last one that I wanted you to elaborate on. And one of the main ones was about the Black Panther Party and what they did, and when they went to the school board. And I wanted to get your opinion on it. I've been asking you for a couple days, and I have not received the answer. And I do know that you said that on this channel here, I might say nigga, maybe like if it's in the context of what the language is, I might say it 2 or 3 times a whole episode or anything else like that. You said that bothers you. And so when I asked you about the Black Panther part, you still have not replied and responded, but you did say that you only reply and respond when your name is brought up. So I would like to know, me personally, are you prejudiced or are you racist? Because whenever it comes to black issues, you seem to shy away from them. And then you also say, I don't listen to rap music and that garbage and all this other stuff, when rap's been around since Conway Twitty. I don't think you understand that. So you say things like that whenever it comes to the black thing, that there's no comment. So I'm asking, are you prejudiced or racist? And why have you not responded about the Black Panther Party and what they did for the people yet? And hopefully you're in here and you said you respond. So now you know I'm talking about it and I'm giving you a question, and now I will be waiting for your reaction of this. Thank you so much, Thunder, for being a participant in the show. Now, people, we're going to go ahead and switch on over to the very next topic here. Okay, the very next topic here, people. All right, man, we have a state of emergency. Okay, Baltimore bridge collapses. The governor declares a state of emergency. People, I was watching this. We have 6 people that have passed away. Now, there's a cargo ship. Anyone that had their items coming in from Temu, you're still going to be delayed. You're not going to get your stuff on time. So if you think you're getting something and it was on that ship, it's delayed. People cannot get back and forth to work. I don't know if it was an electrical problem. I don't know what happened that made the cargo ship not be able to stop and plow in. When it plowed in, the cars that were on the bridge just collapsed. People went in. Now, obviously, we know people were not thinking power window down, roll the windows down. Some people went down, maybe some debris fell on. The pressure from the water, they were not able to open the door. Some people may not have been able to bust the window open to swim on out, but we don't even know what type of animals are inside the water. We don't know if some people did become fish food right now and they're going to be finding remains. We don't know, people, but take a look at this clip, people. This is devastating. Everyone that was just commuting to go to work, or you were going to see a loved one or something else like that, man, condolences to your family members there. That's sad. That is sad. That is sad. And we're gonna show that right here.
just after 1:30 Eastern this morning, and a massive portion of the bridge fell into the water, along with several vehicles. A law enforcement official has confirmed the ship, quote, lost propulsion before hitting the bridge. 2 people have been rescued so far from the water. 1 is in critical condition. 6 people are still not accounted for. The governor of Maryland has declared a state of emergency.
We know the Key Bridge. I've ridden over the Key Bridge countless times. So many of us know the Key Bridge because it is our normal commute. This is a place that is a normal commute route for over 30,000 Marylanders every single day. And so to hear the words that the Key Bridge has collapsed, it's shocking and heartbreaking.
CBS News correspondent Ramy Inocencio is in Baltimore right now. Ramy, let's talk about the atmosphere right now in Baltimore. Of course, the main concern authorities are saying is in rescuing those 7 people who remain missing. But just looking at the bridge and just looking at the map, this is an area that I imagine is going to require a huge shift in people's everyday commute.
Yes, absolutely, Olivia. The Francis Scott Key Bridge has been an iconic fixture of Baltimore for nearly the past 50 years. There's shock, there's disbelief that this bridge now is basically just gone. I've been speaking to some Baltimore residents, and they said that it was a gut punch to something that they've known every single day of their lives. As we heard from the governor just now, people drive this bridge as a normal part of life. Another resident said that they thought it was a majestic bridge that they appreciate as they drive over it, something that they can see their surrounding wilderness, that they can appreciate the surrounding waters and the port of Baltimore with it just nearby. But now the fact that this doesn't exist, and the idea that this may not be replaced in the near future. It took about 5 years for the first bridge to be decommissioned and then also to be finally built. If it takes that long, it will have massive repercussions on a day-to-day level, as you just talked about, but also economically for the port of Baltimore as well as for the country, and really for ships going around the world.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, now I think I just pinned the link right there. It should be up. You're not able to pin it, huh? Do you see it?
No, I have to go on stream.
Oh no, do you see it there?
Oh.
Okay, yeah. The link is there now. The link is there now. The link is there for those of you right there. The link is there. Thunder said, have a great day. Okay, the link is up there. Bam. Cruising Dasher, what's up, my main man? What's up, my main man? Now, people, as you see, lost control. Things shut down. They were not able to go ahead and stop the bridge, man. And at that time, there was 2. The 6 people that were not accounted for are presumed dead right now. Deceased, passed away. I want to know how many delivery drivers that are in the gig world, how many FedEx drivers, routes, UPS, On Track, DHL, all these drivers commute. They cannot get there back and forth. Businesses will take a hit, will take a huge hit. Money will be lost. Some of these places, the businesses are already on shaky terms. So the loss of money, what if some of these businesses, from the cargo ship, they needed things for their businesses. They're backed up on that. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to build that bridge. Now, I do know that we'll spend money on fake wars for terror, but this is something that will hugely impact Maryland, the Baltimore area, all that area there, jobs, man. It's going to impact a whole lot. How much money are they going to approve and allow instantly to go ahead and get the resources in to rebuild that bridge? Now they have to first of all, it's now a crime scene. So there has to be divers and things going on just to do searches first. You gotta get all the searches done. Then probably all the whatever parts of the bridge are down there, they're not gonna get all that stuff up. That's gonna take too much. They'll probably just leave it there on the bottom of the water. Let it be a habitat for the fish, hiding areas and stuff like that. but they may have to clear a lot of that stuff out to build a new bridge. My thing is, how long is that bridge going to take? Now, I know the bridge in Long Beach, the real super high one that takes, it took forever. It took forever. It takes a long time for them to like get the freeways, fixed and everything, you know, when they're trying to build on separate lanes. It takes them forever. How long is it going to take for them to even get like a makeshift? Now, you know, that big long ass bridge that takes you like when you're driving from like Louisiana and like you're going into Florida or Georgia, Atlanta and stuff, and then you got to go through that big ass long ass bridge that goes over the water that's barely over the top. You got to go down that long ass bridge. You know, how long would it take to get something done like that? Now we're looking at jobs. There's a lot of Americans right now that need work. Let's see how many Americans want to go ahead and get on some of these construction jobs. I do know that these construction jobs are going to get paid a lot of money. They'll probably go with some of the ones that are with the highest of the corporate that are running for office to make themselves look good for whatever election or office that's going on, make themselves look good. My construction companies out there were funding all this other stuff. So, but this is crazy right here. This did happen. Hopefully the families now, you know, we got to think about the families now. You know, that happened on a public, you know, roadway. Insurance is going to have to be involved. You know, Maryland, the whole state's going to have to be involved. Families were going to have to be compensated. That was an accident. That cargo ship, we don't know if that cargo ship is complete third party or is shoot. Damn. Shoot. We don't know, man. They gotta do something. Dog Chapman says Cat Williams interview is aging well. Yeah, that interview right there. Cat Williams, people, you know, Cat Williams spoke about a lot of the stuff that's going on and everything. Hopefully you guys can see the link. Hopefully you guys can see the link right there. Do you see it there? You know what? Give me one quick sec. I'm going to pin the link. All right, message should be pinned. Aaron Parker, what's up, man? What's up? Message should be pinned for anyone there. Yeah, Baltimore. So we went over the P. Diddy thing. If you got something to say about the P. Diddy thing, you want to get up and speak, the link is open. It's on the hot seat. The link is open for anyone who wants to go through these topics and get it off yourself. We just went over the Baltimore Bridge collapsing. Okay, we're going to get into the next topic of the show. People, this one, oh my goodness. If you are a parent, this is going to get you right here. Check this out. Social media takes away parental rights. You're like, social media takes away parental rights. People, they're trying to do something that's going to change the face of everything. All social media platforms with children is going to be impacted by this new law right now. You're going to see about this law. Social media is taking away parental rights. Watch this, people, and then tell me what you think. You know, my wife feels a certain way about it, but also feels another way about it because, you know, people, it's crazy now. Watch this. Let's do this. Here it is.
Florida wants to ban teens from using social media. On Wednesday, Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill into law banning children under 14 from using social media, making it the only ban for minors in the country.
you look at young kids and you know there's dangers out there. Unfortunately, we've got predators who prey on young kids. And it used to be, well, if they're out somewhere, maybe they're not being supervised, maybe some predator can strike. Now, with things like social media and all this, you can have a kid in the house, safe seemingly, and then you have predators that can get right in there into your own home. You could be doing everything right, but they know how to get and manipulate these different platforms. And so it's created huge problems.
The bill restricts children under 14 from having their own social media account and requires parental permission for 15 and 16-year-olds. The law will take effect next year and will also require social media companies to delete accounts held by teens under 15. So, Robbie, what do you think? Is this censorship?
So, interestingly enough, DeSantis vetoed an earlier version of the bill that was an outright ban for social media use for 16 and under. And he did say that goes way too far. He doesn't want to, that it goes too far in overruling parental rights. So in this case now, if you're between 14 and 16, the law says you can be on social media with your parents' permission. Under that, you can't use it. I guess I don't mind I support parents' rights. I think they should have say over whether their children are on social media. I absolutely, utterly oppose an outright ban on really any age group using it, because what if the child wants to use social media and the parents say this child is responsible and can use social media, and now the government's going to say, no, we're forbidding this?
That's exactly what the government is saying.
What I believe
It's completely stripping away parental choice for anybody who has a child under 14 years of age.
All right, now, people, I insert Big Brother. Insert Big Brother. Remember the George Orwell book, 1984? Remember that? Yeah, Florida is rolling back all kinds of rights. Look at this, man. Look, Florida says you can open carry a big ass gun as long as you got a fishing pole, but they talking about all right. So people, here's how Big Brother gets involved. That means that when you go buy a cell phone or you upgrade, you have a family plan, they're gonna make you now put that this phone is for a child and all this other stuff. So there's gonna be a way for parents to get around that by doing that. But the apps now, they're saying that the apps are gonna have to remove all the accounts of people 14 and under. 15, you have to have consent for it to be. So that means that all of these YouTube kid stars, the TikTok kid stars, the YouTube ones, like my kids used to watch Ryan, the little Asian boy Ryan. Ryan play with all the toys and do all that stuff. People like Ryan are not going to be able to do it, which is why they just unleash that new app for kids only, to have the kids only social media. So they're putting that out there to transition these kids on YouTube and everything to go over to the complete kid platform so they can monitor that. Now, we all know that hackers and these weird people will disguise themselves as kids anyway, but they're doing that. Big Brother will say, now, if you guys don't do, there's going to be penalties and everything else there. Now, if a child is on the internet using social media, what are the penalties if a child gets caught? Are the parents going to pay $100 fine the first time, $200 fine? What if a kid goes and buys a burnout phone? What if a kid makes an account, fakes their age when they make an account, but then they're posting up videos? Is that the parents' fault right there? How are they going to? Now, they can do this in school. They can do this in school because in school, the computers that you get for the school, it's all under the spyware of the school district. You got to be a real smart kid to hack into that, to change that up. You can do that in school, but outside of school, how are you going to tell a parent that I'm giving my kid access to watch this? We got parents that give their kids access to shoot guns and protect the home. And if a parent says, yeah, you can go watch this. Remember, growing up, kids watch rated R movies and stuff with their parents and stuff. You can watch the movie. Yeah, you can watch these movies. That's like, man, this will be one of the first steps to going against our freedom of speech and everything, of being free. Once they start putting this down on kids and parents with kids, we already know that they do a lot of this stuff on inmates and everything else like that, you know, the tracking devices and how everything else runs like that. Then the next thing you go ahead and do, you go make a project to go ahead and put it on kids and then say the parents are. Now, remember when I said, should parents be charged for the criminal acts that their children do? Remember, I brought that up. This is taking that a whole step farther. Now, my wife said, you know, kids can look at porn and do all this stuff. Now I'm telling her that, you know, back in the day when we was walking 8 blocks to go to school and stuff like that in the morning with our friends, you would walk past the liquor store and you would just see all them newspapers and stuff just sitting there. It's just social media is so different right now. The thing is, what I think she's concerned about, and this is what I think on why she said that, is because everything has just been turned so loose with everything. Kids are suing their parents for not getting enough allowance. Parents can't spank their kids. We got people on YouTube have channels to go set up people like Chris Hansen to catch perverts out there trying to meet little boys and girls. These people walking around, they walking around looking crazy. They walking around looking crazy, big old giant beards, bald heads, looking like Pippi Longstocking daddies, showing up to meet little kids and stuff like this. You know, back in the day, it was that we could walk to school. The people at the stores knew who you were. The people knew your parents and things like that. You know, even though we did not want to be put on the milk carton, we all knew the milk carton was bad. You never seen the milk carton kids again, only unless they were on Sally Jesse Raphael, Geraldo, Phil Donahue, or Oprah. That was the only time you were going to see them kids found, as if they popped up on one of those shows. But we at the milk carton. Right now, we got people riding around in vans, putting people in FEMA camps and all type of shit. So I think that's what my wife was talking about, that they should do that. A kid could get lured in, you know. There was someone I found out last night that was lured in to go to like a Del Taco to go meet a troll. So if it can happen to a grown ass man, a young kid can get lured into a Del Taco to get lured in. And I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's cool. We got a comment by Dog right here. He said, how are they gonna keep you know, the pedos off the kids only sites? Yeah, that's what I want to know. There was a Disney game called Club Penguin that was infiltrated with, yeah, look at Disneyland, they have a secret. I'm not even gonna go all the way into that ABCD watching and stuff. Disneyland has been busted, man. They have been busted. Their movies put the things out there and everything else like that. They do all that stuff. If anyone wants to get up and have a comment, if you live in Florida and you want to give a comment about this, the link is up there. If you want to give a comment and speak about the Jay-Z incident, we spoke about that, or the Baltimore bridge, you may be a delivery driver, you want to speak about that. But this parental rights thing, now just imagine this. You know, yeah, my kid's at home. I told my kid, look, I started up this, but I told them at this time, put this on the stove, heat this up, heat that up. I'll be back at this time from work, so we can go ahead and eat. Bam. If your kid can do all of that, why can't your kid go on social media and have the permission? So are they gonna start saying that, well, what type of and how will they know that the kid has permission if they're 15? That's what I want to know. If the kid is 15, how are they going to know that the kid has permission? Does the parent have to put their social security number onto the social media app so it tracks them so that they can get caught? How is this going to work? Florida, I don't know what the hell is going on with you. You are on the hot seat for this one right here. I don't know what the hell is wrong with Florida right here. I know Thunder, you do live in Florida. Maybe you want to give some insight about this, because this is real news and it's real law going into your area. And yeah, and crazy, we have channels here on YouTube where a lot of these trolls are little kids that go in there and troll adults. So what will happen is a lot of you grown adults who are crying over little kids, you guys will get it eased up, and these little kids won't be bothering you and trolling you. I guess that'll be something that's good. You won't get the little Dennis the Menace on your ass anymore. But it's going in next year. Now, I'm guessing next year because there's a whole lot of kinks that they need to iron out. And these kinks need to be ironed out, because if you're going to take away my freedoms and my ability, you gave me the liberty to go ahead to have transfer my free speech, free freedom, my amendment rights. My child has those same amendment rights. My child is also protected by my child is also protected by other amendment rights. And you're going to say that you're going to take away some amendment rights just due to social media. If social media was this bad and you already had to have projections on how it was going to go, why didn't you already start off just having like a children's site just to begin with? And why? And it's crazy because now all the money being made, okay, all the money being made by a lot of these channels that are kid channels, you're going to be taking money away from them, Florida. The money you're taking away, Florida, these people are paying, they're paying their taxes and things with. So for Florida, I don't know if you're smart about this, but when one state does it, a lot of states go ahead and copy. That's how it works right there. This is just crazy right here. This is crazy right here on this one now, y'all. I don't know. If you want to talk about that one, you can go ahead and click, but we going down the list. We about to get into the next topic, people. We got topics here. Before we get into the next topic, I know some people said, I promote people, and the haters say they won't watch it, and you're doing them a disservice. I'm gonna go ahead and play this right here.
What up, Robert Reese? Robert Reese with Hot Facts. That's my man right there. Hey, he always be hitting us up with the news and the latest. And he keeps everybody informed about the gig industry, like all of the different gig tubers, everything that's going on with everybody. He's really up to speed on a lot of things. So if you don't want to channel hop a whole lot, just look at his channel for about 10, 15 minutes, kind of look at a few of his videos, and all of a sudden, yep, you'll realize what everything was going on in the gig industry. He be on top of it, man.
Come and get them hot facts. Robert Reed.
Thank you, Mike Drop BBQ. Huge channel out there, people, that does all the right stuff. A lot of people would love to have that guy doing stuff like that. He's into all the positivity, and when good business is going on, it is going on. And these are supporters of the hot seat, people. We got another topic coming up. Now, this next topic coming up, people. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, people. Oh my goodness. This one is nuts. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and get this one in. This one is super nuts right here. It says Illinois Parole Board responsible for child's death. The Illinois Parole Board, you are on the hot seat, people. Now, this is all the way real when two people from the parole board had to resign. And I will tell you, they had to resign because of negligence. And this is how they are doing, and how our justice system, and how they just don't care about things, and they like these things to happen, is what I'm going to say. They like things like this to happen. Illinois Parole Board, Illinois, you're on the hot seat. Watch this. Let's go ahead and get this one in right here. This is just bogus.
For days, they finally admit mistakes involving the release of an inmate from Stateville Prison. Hours later, that inmate is accused of going on a deadly attack. Meanwhile, two key state employees responsible for his release resigned today. Our Megan Hickey picks up the story from there.
Jaden Perkins' loved ones gathered for a celebration of life Monday, less than 2 weeks after the 11-year-old's friends and loved ones gathered near the Edgewater home, where he was stabbed to death on March 13th. Police say Crissetti Brand had the knife.
The offender was released from prison yesterday.
That's right, he was paroled and released from the Illinois Department of Corrections custody the day before the murder. And that release happened despite Jaden's pregnant mother, Lataria Smith, who was also brutally stabbed, pleading in court last month to try to get a protective order against Brand. A Cook County judge said a March 13th follow-up hearing about the order of protection that both parties were supposed to attend and directed Brand be notified in prison. IDOC and the Prisoner Review Board that gave the green light on Brand's release both told us they didn't know about this protection order hearing. But emails and other records obtained by the CBS 2 investigators since this attack appear to contradict that. A February 22nd email states an employee with the Office of the Clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County emailed the notice to an IDOC employee who she also spoke with on the phone. Today, a spokesperson for the clerk's office confirmed to us their office provided notification. Attempts to reach that specific Stateville Correctional Center employee were unsuccessful. Shortly after we submitted this new evidence to IDOC and the Prisoner Review Board for comment, Governor J.B. Pritzker announced the resignation of Prisoner Review Board member Leanne Miller, who wrote the report recommending Brand's release from prison. It is clear the evidence in this case was not given the careful consideration that victims of domestic violence deserve, Pritzker's announcement said in part. And late today, Governor Pritzker also announced the resignation of Prisoner Review Chair Donald Shelton. IDOC responded late today, acknowledging that their previous statement was wrong, and they did, in fact, receive a notification about the March 13th court date. We have asked if a communication failure like this could impact other people trying to get protective orders. The clerk's office said yes. For more on this story, head to CBSChicago.com. In the newsroom, Megan Hickey.
Woo, people. Now, the Black Panther Party had to show up to a school board because the school board got information about a dangerous child who was racist, saying what they're going to do on social media, which is why that social media thing might be going in Florida. And from letters, and the school board knew the child went and carried out the mission that the child went ahead to go ahead and do. Now, the school board was involved and they were informed. In this situation here, as you see, all the information was sent in to the parole board about the individual, everything. They wanted the order of protection, everything. They ignored everything, said they did not get everything when they did the investigation. Everything was sent to the parties that it went to, and someone actually wrote a letter, professional letter, the parole board, without reviewing the file of the dangerous person that was going to be let out for parole. They went and wrote a whole lot of good things about this person, saying they were ready, which means that when you go into that parole board meeting and they got them people there, that means there probably was never a parole board meeting for this person, which is another reason why you may have to resign, because you would have seen the attitudes and the temperaments and the mindset of this person by the questions you'll be asking. And then you'll have to, you'll say, probably denied. Now, when people are knowing that the person is getting out and there has been a history in the past with this person and you ignore it and they're asking for these things to happen, he gets out, does that crazy thing to a child, man, Illinois, man, a child is gone. There ain't enough money in the world to bring that child back. People, I lost a son. My son passed away. There ain't nothing you can do to bring your child back. Nothing you can do to bring a loved one back. Not enough money in the world. But chances are, the state of Illinois, taxpayers, y'all money finna go, it's finna be going into paying this lady right here. Now, this should be about a $400 and something million lawsuit, if not more, maybe settled all the way down to maybe $100 million, something like that. They may even go down a little bit lower than that if they keep want to go and do it. But I'll tell you this, what's going to happen is the Illinois Parole Board, they're going to have to go back and look at every single person they have released under the leadership of the two people that resigned, writing the letters for these inmates who are getting out. Now you're going to have social workers and probation officers searching the streets, trying to figure out what these people are doing. Some of these people may have already be out, and they may think that their a danger to society and throw them back in jail. You got all this stuff going on, but now you got to go back and look at every single person that's been released on parole and everything to see how they're living now. Now that person that's resigned is going to have to cooperate with the police simply because they know a little bit more, and they're probably threatening them with the whole hot seat. Like, look, we go send you in. You're going to jail. Now, you can go to jail for just a little bit, or you can go to jail for a long time. Which one do you want to do? Let me know everything. That's what they go tell Puffy. Puffy, you either talk now or we go burn you up. Let me know now. Your whole family's done. History, Puffy, everything is done. Puffy, everything. That's what they gonna say to this person because a child died, and it was negligence. And they actually got they got all the information, refused to open it and read, and then write a statement and an approval letter for a person. Man, Illinois. It is something wrong with you, Illinois. What is wrong with you, Illinois? Something's wrong with that. But people, I gotta look, man. When I'm done with these last two topics right here, the floor is open all the way. I got one right here, people, that's gonna make you sick. It is going to make you sick. Okay, let me see this right here. The next one I got, people, is going to make you sick. Now, just imagine you're going to get something to eat. Okay, and you were like, man, you know what? I want to get some of that barbecue pork right there. Barbecue pork is off the chain. Restaurant puts customers at risk with sale of contaminated pork and roaches, people. So watch this. Nasty.
Local Senate investigator Jeff Wines here made a grotesque and unsanitary discovery behind this restaurant that was ordered shut last week. Here's tonight's Dirty Dining report.
I don't believe what I'm seeing here. Outside in the back, uncovered. That is disgusting. Unbelievable.
In a large pot out back.
There's flies around here. This is a garden hose in with what looks like pork or some kind of meat. And look, it's draining. I just can't believe my eyes.
Several pounds of pork thawing in a filthy mop sink. A garden hose is running inside of it. The pork runoff is creating a stream of nastiness down into the street, and by the looks of this crud buildup, this must be the norm here.
Hi. How are you? I want to talk to somebody about the meat. I wanted to talk to someone about the meat back here.
We are ignored. This scene is behind Dragon City, the address 6708 Sterling Road. That is in Davie. And last week, Dragon City was ordered shut due to a roach issue. But this site, as we walked up, had us stopped in our tracks.
Who's doing this with the meat up here? Pull the water out. You can't do that. Are you kidding me? That's unsanitary and unsafe.
We go to the front door of Dragon City looking for a manager, but they had locked it. And when we returned to the back, that pork had been taken inside.
It's full of flies here. And this is unbelievable.
Unbelievable that a restaurant that has been serving you for some 19 years would think this is okay. Last week, Dragon City was ordered shut after an inspector noted live and dead roaches in the kitchen, on a table, next to a rice warmer, under a slicer, crawling next to bowls, behind a microwave, and under a food prep table. That is a repeat violation. State records show roach issues were also spotted inside Dragon City back in February and August of last year. We went back days later.
This is the hose that they were using. Take a look at how nasty it is. Just sits here. And the smell, I know you can't smell it, but it stinks.
Yes, sir. What?
All right, people. Roaches, you guys see how they were thawing out that pork in the back in that old drainage port right there in the drainage port, and they had the water hose that they used to clean everything just sitting inside there getting it done. Now, if you in a third world country, you in the backyard, you out fishing or something, you don't want no one to know about anything like that. That might be a-okay. that might be a-okay for you to do at your own house when no one knows. You should not be a restaurant doing that. Now, the restaurant, they kept going back. You know, they refused to talk and everything because they know it's bad. The place gets violation for the roaches. They said next to the rice, everything else like that, next to the rice and everything. They went ahead and found that stuff. I would not be eating at that restaurant at all. It is on the hot seat. That is disgusting. Now, you know my rule. When there's 1, there's 10. When there's 10, there's 100. When there's 100, there's 1,000. How many other restaurants are you going to yourself? How many Chinese food restaurants are you going to? How many Indian food restaurants are you going to? How many of these third world country restaurants are you going to? All of the above, people, to where you're like, man, the food tastes good, but then you just don't know if they are bringing in somehow they do it in their country into the kitchens here, and that's just not right. Now, I do like the food, and I don't think like that. I just bless my food. Let the man upstairs know what's going on. Bless my food, and I'm ready to go. Most mom and pop places that I like going to they gotta look like it's almost run down. But everything else in there is gonna be up to date and stuff, you know. But this is crazy because what if that pork has, you know, some type of, let's say the water hose, let's say someone had that water hose sitting in bleach or doing things like that. Well, you know, like that's crazy right there. And I know they don't have a designated water hose that they go ahead and clean every single day, that they bring out every single day just to use for thawing out pork. What if they are doing that with other meats also? What if they are doing that with the fish? Now, I do understand you may want to purge some things, but this is not, you know, crawfish or anything else like that. You may want to purge some things. There is a different way. Why are you not thawing out your pork? Why are you not thawing out your pork ahead of time? So that you can have it for the sale, so you can have your sales going good. Why do you got to do it like that? Because people drive in the back, people walk in the back of restaurants. You don't want to see that. I see that. I'm walking right around to the front and be like, hey, what y'all doing back there, man? What y'all doing? Look, people, I just ordered the barbecue pork. I don't want my food no more. Give me my money back. Y'all don't order. All y'all come out here and look at what I found. That's what happened, and who knows if that was real pork. Now the health agency did go out there. They don't know if they had them get rid of the pork that they had in that video though. We don't know if they're doing that. And also, people, we don't know if that place is selling meat to the street vendors, and then on the street vendors, you are getting that food that you don't even know what they're doing. That means that these people are wiping their nose and all type of stuff. Now, we saw a whole bunch of people in there cooking, and it all looked like they was doing it done right. As long as your hands is good, your hands is washed, and you on your area, that's all you got. But look, man, you can't be having all the roaches all over the place, because that means you're not cleaning your equipment. If you're not cleaning your equipment, the roaches and the insects and the bugs and the rats are going to go and find that stuff, sniff it out, and start eating all that stuff, laying eggs, get all the rat droppings all around people, and you don't even know. You might think you go into the falafel place and you finna get that Pakistani, that Indian rice and all that, and it's got the yellow rice, the white rice, and then brown rice in there. The brown rice might be rat turd, and you don't even know. If they ain't cleaning out their shit. Just think about that, people. Just think about that. What if you knew about that? Well, everybody else knows. Don't do that right there. I got one for the gig world right here. I got one for the gig world right here. We about to get into this one right here. Let me get to my topic right here. People, see this. Look, when you got to show people you got topics, you stay on. The best way to have a show is just to focus on your show. If you're trying to do one, people, just focus on your show. Don't focus on trolls. Don't get distracted, because trolls can take you away for like an hour of doing what your original message is. And then the people that came to see what the title was, they're never going to get it. And that's just not good. That's not good at all. Stay focused, people. Give the people what you say you're going to give them. Now, this is this here. Utah restaurants are at war with DoorDash. This is the merchants. Now, if you are in the gig world, if you do DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, any of these places like this, the restaurants in Utah are at war because something's going on to how the restaurant owners don't want to be put on DoorDash, but they're on the actual app and it says temporarily shut closed, but then they're sending drivers and people are able to order from these restaurants that are not on DoorDash. And when they drive to the restaurants are not giving them the orders. Okay, they're not making any money. They're not doing any of that. And because of that, the drivers are taking bogus missions. These restaurants have said that DoorDash is refusing to take them off of the list. Kind of like if a robo dial calls or a telemarketer calls and you ask them to take you off the list and they say yes and you get more calls. People, there is a way to get taken off the list. You know, if you are the person in the call center, there is a button you can hit to all the way take them out of the list right there. But they normally just hit a button that just says whatever, so that you go back in, but you go back in and you're not going to come back up for a while, but you're going to come back up. So how busy the call center is. And then if one call center sells all of your phone numbers because those are leads, that's how we used to do. You know, when our call center needed new leads, we'll go ahead and buy the data from another call center, get their data, input that into our CCRM, and then we're calling those numbers all over again, and they're getting called by people, and that's how it works. So DoorDash is doing that exact same thing with the merchants. DoorDash, I advise you not to do that if you want these merchants to stay on the platform. And some of the merchants that don't want to go on DoorDash are merchants that make a lot of money, and DoorDash is losing out. So maybe DoorDash is trying to strong arm these restaurants and doing some stuff, but it's not working out like that. Let's take a look at this clip. And I would like to know, how come no one in the gig world has even covered this, or any of the Utah drivers? But this is why this is the official news channel part of the gig world, also on the hot seat. DoorDash, you're on the hot seat by way of the state of Utah. Let's go ahead and get right into this one.
Popular food delivery app telling customers they're closed.
Yeah, worried about what it could mean for the business there, the restaurant's owner decided it was time to get Gephardt, and Matt began sniffing around.
Mike Denny, bogus listings are not only hurting this guy's business, he's worried it's also hurting delivery drivers who show up for non-existent orders, and it's hurting customers who are ordering food that never arrives.
Here at Nico's Pizza in Provo, they have been serving authentic East Coast za for years. And in all that time, one thing the restaurant has never done is business with DoorDash.
We never wanted to do it.
Never wanted to, yet managing owner Nate Bertasso says that from time to time over the years, his restaurant has appeared on the food delivery service app. He usually finds out when so-called dashers show up at his restaurant looking for food that is not there.
And it looks bad for us because these people make an order to get our food and they don't get our food in the end. Let's see.
Nate says that when he complains to DoorDash, they address it sort of.
So then when you click on it,
but in a way that arguably makes it worse for him.
It says temporarily closed on DoorDash, but
no more dashers showing up, but anybody who searches for his business may come away with a chin. Take a look. Nico's Pizza closed, it says. And if you click on it, it says temporarily closed on DoorDash.
Which also is a bad look for my business to have something say temporarily closed, because what if they think that I'm closed as a business now?
Nate says he's asked DoorDash to completely purge his restaurant from their website, but those requests have not worked.
It's been about a year that we've been fighting with DoorDash about taking it off, and they keep saying, like, well, we can't take it off. I don't have the power to do that. I was like, you definitely have the power to do that.
So frustrated, Nate decided it was time to call me.
Small businesses have enough to overcome. We don't need to add one more wrinkle to it by doing this.
I reached out to DoorDash on behalf of Nico's Pizza, not through customer service, but through their corporate PR team. In a statement, a spokesperson wrote, quote, DoorDash has no tolerance for fraud, continually monitoring our platform to prevent, detect, and take action against fraudulent behavior. They added, we have swiftly removed the fraudulent Nico's Pizza storefront from our platform, in addition to reaching out directly to understand their situation in more detail and support their business.
Always Cherry Pick in the house. What's up, Cherry Pick? Thank you for that. What does that say, Amelia? It says, what does it say?
Uncuffed with Carrie and Hot Facts coming May.
Uncuffed with Hot Facts and Cherry and Hot Facts, however you want to say it in May. Cherry, let's see how that thing goes. Let's see how that thing goes there, right there, people. So now, as you see that DoorDash right there, the restaurants are saying we never wanted to put our restaurant on DoorDash, but somehow our restaurant is on DoorDash. Now, did a DoorDash rep who goes out there to try to get the business from the restaurants make a phony one up? Is that what happened there? Did he make a phony one up, or what did he do? And if they say they call and the staff says we can't do anything, that's DoorDash trying to strong arm a restaurant. Now check this out. If the restaurant gives the food and they are not on DoorDash, the restaurant is losing money for making food for not one of their customers. So DoorDash is taking money from a merchant. That's essentially what it is. And it's giving the merchant a bad name. Customers are upset and everything, and then they'll boycott going to that restaurant. They're not getting their food and everything. Now, they say they do not give the food away, but some of these merchants are giving the food away. The merchants that are giving the food away, some of the employees are like, I didn't even know we were on DoorDash. And then a driver says, oh yeah, here it is. Look, it's right here. Here's my order. And then they go show to someone who doesn't know because the information handed down from the top, they don't get. They go and make an order that never went through their system. So that restaurant is losing my money. Now, just imagine how many orders are going through like that a restaurant is making on them not making any money on. DoorDash is just being the profit. Now, if we thought that DoorDash was robbing its drivers, no one talks about how they are robbing the merchants. This is a prime example of how DoorDash is robbing its merchants. Now, we know my rule. If it's 1, it's 10. If it's 10, it's 100. If it's 100, it's 1,000. How many merchants are you as a delivery driver picking up from that these are not even real orders? How many times have you gone to a restaurant and they said the order is not here? We never received that order. How many times have that happened and you guys are blaming the restaurant and their computers and everything? But no, that restaurant is not on DoorDash and they don't have the order. Drivers are cussing these merchants out, doing all this stuff. And that's how we see sometimes these drivers going there acting like a damn fool and they don't get deactivated, much like the gig machine did. NDA, no bumper TV. He got deactivated for doing that, but he's actually on the app. And that restaurant was. Some of these merchants are not even on the app to even, do that to the driver. So that's how a lot of these videos are showing up all over the internet. A lot of these restaurants are not even on DoorDash. DoorDash has been robbing the restaurants. Now, this is a problem that DoorDash said that they know, and they do not go with fraud. They say they remove fraud, and that's what they do to the best of their ability. Well, this is fraud if restaurants are making product and not seeing any return on what they are putting out there. That's called robbery, DoorDash. DoorDash, you're on the hot seat. That's robbery. Now, people, you got to start thinking about this. When drivers say, oh, man, the customer tip baited me. Was it really a customer giving you a tip bait, or was DoorDash pulling what they want to pull back out and put back into them and give back to the investors? This is something that needed to be brought out, and I'm glad it did, because now, like on the hot seat I did the other day with Elon Musk in the 7% rule, the 7% rule is holding back people who are here legally but waiting on a working green card to go ahead and work, right? Now, while they're not getting the jobs that they're trying to get, these delivery jobs are opening up. These people are going in there doing these delivery jobs, making this money and stuff. Now they're getting paid without their green card on orders. Now, DoorDash will say, we'll give you half pay. They going around getting half pay, making all this money and all that stuff. That ties into the gig world and deliveries too. No Pedro, no one else, no Your Driver Mike, no DoorDash Revolution, no Bentley Coupe, no Kim Side Money Plans, no Kim tech randomness, no anyone has been talking about this. They have not spoken about this at all. I brought it up on the last hot seat. There are things that are going on that people don't talk about, and they don't want to because they don't want their channel to be as brainy and as nerdy as how it can be. I don't give a care. We go take it there to that braininess. Now you go into this, what DoorDash is doing to the restaurants and the merchants, man. Look at what they are doing. Now, if you are hearing this and you see that the video is not fake news, it's all the way real, that's a real restaurant, this is real news and everything, just imagine how much money DoorDash is keeping. Now, if we know they are keeping this money, how is that not rolled out to more peak pays and things like this to do things? Or maybe they're taking that money and to roll into the areas for the automatic guarantee, the earn by time thing, okay? The earn by time thing. Now we got people doing the platinum program and all that other stuff. When you go back and read what it is, the top dasher is it's the same ratings as the platinum. Like if what you already do, you're already gonna be right there. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. But this right here, this is robbery right here. This is robbery right here. Now imagine the tier system now, okay? You got a tier system. Now let's say the people in some of the lower tiers now, or DoorDash knows that these restaurants have been calling saying take us off, but the bottom tier people are getting the orders going to these restaurants that aren't even supposed to be on DoorDash anyway. What if they do that and it starts wasting your time as a driver? DoorDash, you got a lot of explaining to do. A lot of explaining to do. Drivers are tired of going on dry runs. And in Utah, it's crazy because Utah is supposed to be the nice state. That's the home of the Mormons. But Utah is the one speaking out. You ain't hearing about it in LA. You ain't hearing about it in Boston. You ain't hearing about it all in New York. You ain't hearing about it there. You hearing about it from the state of Utah. Yeehaw. They got Amish and Mormons, churn, baby, churn. They churn that butter. That was from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Ashley got her first job at Hot Dog on a Stick. And the white dude said, churn, baby, churn. Remember that episode? I don't think y'all do. Maybe I'm too old. I don't think y'all do. But they churn their own butter and everything. Cruising Dasher said no bumper needs a milkshake. Cruising Dasher also said this has been going on as long as I've been on the platform. Yeah, Cruising Dasher. This is crazy right now. But the real thing is that people, you know, we've been going, all of us, every driver has gone on a dry run. When you get there and the restaurant don't have it, they're even trying to look in the system. They're calling other managers on the phone and it's not there. You know why it's not there? They didn't put themselves on the platform. DoorDash, that's when DoorDash is stealing money and they're using the driver to go be the person to, you know, do the theft for them to take it to a customer. So they get paid from the customer and take money away from the merchant, and they use the driver as the middleman to be part of that theft right there. That's crazy right there. Now, what happens when the food just doesn't come and the driver's like, there ain't nothing here. I ain't even go call the customer. This, and that. And already the customer is already like calling, complaining, and putting complaints on the driver right there. That driver just got 86 because of a ghost or real ghost restaurant. Well, DoorDash is putting ghost up there as real ghost kitchen. That's a real ghost kitchen, one that don't exist and one that don't have us going there and get orders. We all know what a ghost kitchen is. That's when you go into a restaurant, it'll say like Tomboy's Hamburgers, but also it'll say like Randy's Tacos. Well, Randy's Tacos is inside up there, and that's a ghost kitchen. You know, that's what it is. You go to Denny's, they got the Asian thing and with the bowls, and you got thrilled cheese at IHOP and another one. You know, you have ghost kitchens inside there. Those are real ones. But DoorDash has ghost kitchens set up that aren't even anywhere. So they're making money no matter what. DoorDash, where my money at, man? Where my money at, DoorDash? You've been taking money from all of us. This how those class action lawsuits happen, y'all. This how those class action lawsuits happen now. Why can't I see cherry pick comments in here and he's not blocked on my shit? That is weird. It's like jaded driver. It's weird. I see Cruising Dasher saying right, Cherry, and laughing. That's weird. But that's crazy right there. DoorDash. Pedro DoorDash Santiago, I know you say you do news, and Rideshare Audio, I know you guys say you do news. I want you guys to go ahead to take a deeper look into this and think about all the gas that's being wasted by drivers. How many times does a driver go to that restaurant? Now, if a driver puts on DoorDash and says, hey, I don't want to go to that merchant anymore, and they keep sending him to that merchant, just imagine that. Just imagine that. That driver cries and complains and says, I don't want to go to that restaurant. Stop sending me that restaurant. Take me off. And DoorDash does not do it for the driver. DoorDash is doing the exact same thing to the merchant. They're saying, okay, we won't send you there. And they're doing the exact same thing. And they're putting out some dumb PR, some PR release saying that they don't agree with fraud and everything else like that. I think that is crazy right there. DoorDash, you're on the hot seat. The link is open for anyone who wants to click the link. I'm going to have Emilia go through the chat. Go through the chat and start.
I got this order.
Okay, well, go through them really quick before you go ahead and head on off.
Where do you want me to start?
Oh, just go. Yeah, just go through them. Just go through them. Go through any ones you can see.
Ghost is looking for D-Rev.
Ghost is looking for D-Rev. Ghost popped up into the chat a few times on D-Rev. He popped up into the chat, but that's about it. Anything about what's going on with the hot seat or the DoorDash thing?
Talk about John Crook.
All right. They're having a conversation. Okay, so the chat is having a conversation. I'm ready. There was one more topic that I wanted to bring on up. That's what John said. This is a damn good show. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. I like to bring in the juice. Now there is one topic right here that I want to talk about, but I don't know how a lot of you guys may feel about this. By the way, check out Tony Delivers right here. If you are in the Seattle area, you need your food delivered, try him out. He does such a great job. Yeah. Oh, I gotta say something. I heard someone say that, they don't want to come, like some people say that my Jeffrey is a little bit too hard, because even when they try to misspell the bad words they try to use, I have it all the way programmed there. But people, you just come into a place and just speak right and just get it done. But Daphne with John, thank you so much. He says this is a damn good show. This next topic, I don't have a clip for it because I didn't want to put one up. I just want to talk about it. It has to do with abortion. It has to do with it has to do with the Plan Bs and the chemical that's involved in that. We have people seeing women after taking these things that are bleeding out and they're hemorrhaging and things like that. They're doing that, and they want to put a stop on it. And they're saying that that's healthcare and that's everything else like that. I think they're going to try to make another way for women to be able to take a pill or something. We got the liberals and everyone saying that, hey, they got this. You got people saying this, you can't do that. People saying you can do this. So this rights over your body, rights over if it's actually a life at a certain part of just it's crazy. But for them to it's tough for them to try to remove a chemical. That lets me know that this is just it's all one big game, because if they're worried about a certain chemical, but then they still want to make something else that chemical there is not, it's not present in whatever they're going to make, the same thing is going to happen, and you're going to have the same outcome, people fighting over people having abortions. Now, there are some situations where, let's say, some people are like, no, we had a situation where a device did not work, and because of it, and it was so early into the thing, we have to go to a place, and because of what was going to happen to our child was going to be pretty much a growing vegetable. So we made that decision to go and do that there. Not going to have a mistake create a vegetable for no reason right there. So, we have that. There's situations like that. There are situations where people were raped. And if they were raped and then they find out that the person that raped them is a serial, like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, serial rapist and the killer, and they know that that's who raped them, and they know that the characteristics of that person is going to be in that child, so they will go ahead to not want to have the child. That happens right there. And I know some people will say, well, that's still not fair. Well, if they are trying to make it so that the parents get charged for everything that a child does and everything else like that, and you knowingly know that you were raped by a serial rapist and a killer, you're pretty much setting yourself up for failure there as a parent, saying that you want to go to jail because at some point something's going to happen with this child and they're going to blame me, maybe having issues in school, fighting with kids, getting suspended all the time and everything else like that. Maybe that happens right there, and you are the parent, and maybe that parent did not want that to happen, so they chose to make this decision. There are situations and circumstances that happen out there. Now, I understand the people that go out there and they take these pills like Skittles. They're popping them in, they're eating them, they're doing all that every single week. There's one house that I dropped off Plan Bs to 4 times in 1 year. I'm like, man, this house right here, you guys are doing Plan Bs all the time. Now, how many times are you doing that? That is crazy right there. Those people there should be put in jail or fined. They should keep track of how many times you are doing these things so that they start fining you. You did this many you do this many Plan Bs, you got to pay a $500 fine because you are out there living wild and reckless. Close your legs, keep your ding-a-ling in a sling. That's all you got to do. We don't need a bunch of babies going ahead and running out there, but we got people that say, hey, I want to be a nasty freak. What was that song by Dina Howard? And we could pump all through the night to the break of dawn. Remember that? That was a song about going bumping and grinding and partying and having kids. Just as that's not what you should be doing when young men. Don't be out there. Remember OPP? You there with OPP? All of these. OPP. How can I explain it? They went into what it is. We going to the party. That's not what you do. And you don't go do all that saying, I'm just going to pop these pills. Remember the movie Kids? I have no legs. Remember Telly and Casper and them? Them boys was out there doing all that wild stuff. They were doing wild stuff out there, spreading AIDS and everything, people. The people that go out there and pop these Plan Bs like that, you need to be fined. Fine them. Take all their money away, people. That's how you hit the people. Fine them. They have to go ahead and sign up to. They can't get people to go get it for them. They can't do all of that. If you do that, that'll slow their partying down. They can't party if they ain't got the money. That's gonna stop them from having sex like that. They can't be having sex like that if they know they gonna get a Plan B and they gonna get charged $500 themselves to have sex and take that Plan B. They ain't gonna want to do it no more. You find them $500 a pop. Let's see how many of them keep their legs closed. Let's see how many ding-a-lings go into that sling. Let's see. Now, I don't agree with saying taking out a chemical that's making people hemorrhage is gonna fix everything and then everything's okay. There's always gonna be an issue. There is always gonna be an issue. Okay. The thing is, we will never be able to solve the issue because we have a gray area. We have a gray area. The gray area is what I spoke about not too long ago. We have a money area. There's money involved. you know, and we are just dealing with the reality of life. We got crazy people out there that do crazy things, and the situation will be like that. We also have women that say, well, you know, they try to get pregnant to keep a guy, and then when they figure out, oh, that really wasn't their boyfriend and all this stuff, then they say, well, I want to have an abortion. You know, we got crazy stuff that happens. People don't be doing stuff like that. You don't want to end up on the hot seat. And you know, the whole pro-life, pro-right, everything, and all this other stuff, you know, is on the hot seat. It's always going to be on the hot seat. It's going to be a topic that will always be discussed. I'm not afraid to talk about these things on my channel. I am not afraid to do that at all. We will talk about these things. The link is up there. If anybody wants to get something in, the link is up there for anyone to go ahead and put their comments in. You can go ahead and type them in. I will be going over those now. Any of them that I can see. I will be going over any of them that I can see. And if anyone wants to click the link, you can go ahead and put them in. And from the topics that we have, people, I'll go ahead and put them on the banner right here so you guys can get a rundown on everything that we went through. Okay. P. Diddy involved in sex trafficking with a question mark. LA and Miami homes raided. You got some Jay-Z in that and a whole bunch of people up in that. I give a pretty good breakdown of that there. People, in Maryland, the Baltimore Bridge collapses. We all know what happened there. It's devastating there. You want to speak about that one right there. Also, people, social media takes away your parental rights. Man, people, and also if you are doing a channel and you have a show and you're using it on StreamYard, have your bullets and your points there. Have your studio set up so you can go through everything you got to go ahead and get through. Okay. The Illinois Parole Board responsible for a child's death. That is crazy right there. Restaurants puts customers at risk with sale of contaminated pork and roaches. And we got the state of Utah restaurants at war with DoorDash right there in itself. Now, I want to speak about something right now too. I was on a hot seat episode 2 on If My News Is Real. I was put on the hot seat by my deputy TFT. I'll just say this, and a lot of you guys don't even know what's going on. So TFT, I said publicly that because of the actions of a particular gentleman, the gentleman that said everything he was doing was a plan to get over on people and then, you know, played me like that because of what he did in the group and everything. I said publicly also that I took a step back because I did not want to be in those group chats. When someone says something and someone's being sly, I took a whole step back away from all of that. I said that publicly. I know that you have called. I've said this publicly. I should be talking to TFT a couple times a day. I don't even pick up the phone when he calls because I don't want to I don't want to even talk about the situation. I don't even want to do it. I don't want to. So I separated myself to go into my shell that I normally do when something like this happens, and just reacting off of what someone does. This whole thing has happened off of me finding out that someone lied about it's all not a plan and a plot for his overall plan and a plot and agenda. So it is what it is. TFT, you will be getting a call from me and everything. Just not right now. And for the Rev, I called you on all of your numbers days ago to talk to you. I can put screenshots up to show that I did that. Hulk knows. I let him know. I'm blocked. Straight to voicemail, everything. 4 separate numbers. Okay. So that is that there. I want to clear up a claim saying that people were trying to make you crash. You were looking at the chats going crazy over trolls. That's you. No one tried to make you crash. Don't put that on anyone. That's not for anyone there. But yeah, TFT, that's what it is. This is no hard feelings. You are a brother to me still. I'm just letting this stuff right here just fade on down so that it just goes away. So it just goes away. So it is what it is. The Rev did what he did, and that was that. He was on the hot seat for issuing a challenge out. His challenge was accepted by a couple more people, and they want to do a challenge and challenge him to a thing, and he turned them down and talked bad about them. And one of his new subscribers and moderator wrench that he gave to, he talked bad about that guy because he challenged them, and that stuff is going on. And I'm gonna drop a huge bombshell right now, TFT, that the revolution, he told me, and he knows. When he talks about that PCP syndrome, the power preeminence and everything, the power control and preeminence. Okay, when the whole thing with him and Ghost was going down, he was saying, and I'll tell you this, I know TFT is talking to Ghost. I know they're doing that thing. They're doing that PCP syndrome. And you know that that's what white folks do. Now, we know that there are situations where, the white privilege does kick in. But he said you guys were doing the PCP thing. And he was saying, I can't trust TFT like that. Because I know he's talking to Ghost every day. Ghost verified that he does talk to TFT every single day on the phone. That is verified. So TFT, when he told you that you can leave too and you did not do nothing wrong to him, maybe this was part of his plan and his plot to make me look bad and you look bad, to then come out and say, well, you guys look at this. He accepted money from Flex and said Flex inspired him to do his channel. He also said Flex was giving great questions in his live. We don't know what's going on, TFT, but TFT, you did nothing wrong to the dude. All you did was show support. And he said that you and Ghost were part of the PCP, and he did not trust you like he doesn't trust Ghost, because you guys have a whole different agenda. He would talk to me all the time on the phone, and none of this was off the record. None of this was off the record. He never said none of this was off the record. I just kept it off the record because never want to bring any issues between the team. But since he brought this division between the team, I might as well just put it all on a hot seat and put it all out there. That's what he did. That's what he said. He said he never really trusted you. He never really trusted Ghost. And when he said Ghost tried to run him over and was trying to get everyone to believe it, and you had your opinion and everything else on that, because you had your opinion that wasn't something that you believe is true, that's when he starts showing and saying little sly things about it. And then once when he started getting up to getting more of his subscribers up, he wanted to have you on more, to have it look like that, to have his team look like he has something going on. But that's what it is right there. And Rev, stop with the bogus statements, man. You're on the hot seat again right now. Let's go ahead and just clear this up. When
Reese,
I'm quick. The person, wait, Terry.
Hey, you talk too much.
This is my last one.
That poor dog in the back
this is my last one.
Your dogs are chewing off their ears right now. You talking so much. Them dogs can't take all that talk.
Terry. All right, Terry. So now
I'll shut up.
All right. So now, Rev, when I'm the one that got to you, G, I'm the one that went out after you to find you so that I can do an interview with you, because I told you that I liked your channel and everything. I told you all that. When that happened, you weren't even at like 200 subscribers, G. I just want to go ahead and keep that clear. So from your 200 all the way into about 985, 980, you were appearing on Hot Facts, on my panels, doing everything with everybody. So you gotta give props where it's due, man, and stop hating. And Terry, he brought you up earlier and said that you let him know about some information about me and some people. So now, Terry,
okay,
Rev on the hot seat. The floor is yours. The floor is yours.
I don't know, brother, what he said, because I don't watch him. What did he say I did? I have not talked about Robert, I have not talked about DoorDash Revolution in over a year privately. So
on his live show today,
over a year ago, maybe, but I have not mentioned his name. I got better things to do.
Yeah,
he said on one thing. I can't listen to his lives. I have to record it and then play it at times 5. I ain't got that much time, brother. It's so slow and it never leads to nothing. It's just fucking listening to a babbling old man that always has a catch at the end. It's like listening to a joke and never hearing the punchline, and then he starts another joke and never tells you the punchline. So I honestly don't know what the crazy son of a bitch is ever talking about. But here's what I'm going to tell you. The fucking thing that y'all talking about with this white privilege is the same thing he pulled on me. He's my best friend in the world, and the first time he doesn't like what I say, it's because I'm racist because he's black and he got abused in the Navy on a boat. So he thinks all white people are going to abuse him. It's him, y'all. It ain't TFT. It ain't Ghost. It ain't me. He's fucking delusional.
Yeah,
and it's sad. It's sad. But Robert, he pulled the same thing on me, saying all of a sudden I was an operative for Pedro. Now, how the fuck can I be, how can I be an operative for Pedro when Pedro's trying to extinguish me from YouTube? But because a Puerto Rican ain't dark enough like a black man, then they're going to be friends. Last time I checked, Puerto Rican is not Caucasian, D-Rev. So how does that apply to Pedro or to UDM or to anybody? Why? Because UDM's from the islands. He ain't from fucking Mississippi. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, listen, I'm blocked on always cherry pick on your StreamYard. I never see the link. I had to switch accounts to come up here. And that's why you can't see me on the StreamYard. That's why I really came up.
On the StreamYard. Okay, let me go.
Yeah.
I got to go ahead.
That's why your wife
go ahead and try to fix that one.
Yeah, don't do it now, but I switched to my other account to come up here. I don't see that when you say hit the link, there ain't no link. It's gone. It ain't on the StreamYard. You got
okay. I gotta go.
Ain't no big deal. Dude.
All right, so we got real talk with Roy up here. Hold on.
I just back out in a minute, but
I just wanted to come in real quick here. Why am I hearing all this crybaby shit? Do I need to change my channel back to Crybaby DoorDash or something? What y'all whining about?
No, Roy. Roy, I got a bombshell. Eli, Terry, listen. Coach Eli was up in the Revs live earlier, and they became friends. The Rev blocked about 18 people. He was throwing everybody out, and then Eli and him became friends. It was the real Eli. It was the real Eli Ellis. Him and the Rev became friends this morning.
Right, Roy, listen to what Robert's saying.
You know you have Rev right here in the room right next to you. Give it to him, Rev. Tell him, Rev.
I would just like to tell you that white people like Roy are privileged. When Roy goes to the McDonald's line, the black woman that works there says, oh, it's a white man. I best get him his hamburger before D-Rev because Roy got white privilege. There you go. I mean, come on, y'all.
Yeah,
isn't it amazing? I got white privilege with a black security guard. Roy has white privilege with the black lady that works at Wendy's. Are you fucking smoking crack, D-Rev?
Okay.
Yeah, and what he did to TFT today was wrong, man. What he did to TFT today was wrong. He said in TFT, you can get out of here too. I don't care about if you do a video about me. That's what he told TFT today, and TFT didn't do nothing wrong with to him. He just turned on TFT today live.
Listen, we all know TFT is the grand wizard at the Klans meeting, but we still like him. I love you, TFT, but you look like the guy at the Klans meeting saying, I love everybody except them black boys. That's TFT. I love everybody except my Jew lawyer. That's TFT.
I think all y'all are spending like 8 days a week, 25 hours a day in your cars driving y'all fucking nuts.
Dude, we're all getting
Roy, that's why I had to do the hot seat, Roy. Roy, you always say, let's talk about some other shit, Roy. Roy, you always say, let's talk about some other shit, so I have to make the hot seat. So we talk about some other shit too, Roy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I have to bring
that's good. That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Reese is trying to talk about
I can't have
abortion,
my head blowing off like that.
Right. What if TFT and Reese had a baby? Now, nobody would want to see that.
Nah, it'll look like the Junkyard Dog and Terry Funk put together.
It'd be the darkest one at the Klan meeting. TFT. I got the boy today. I got the son. I'm gonna take him to the park, and he'd be over there with a white hood over, and be like, he'd come home. Reese would be like, "Where'd you learn that shit?"
Oh my goodness! What was that cruising down?
All right, I gotta go.
Yeah.
All right, Roy. Thanks for dropping on by.
Roy. Yeah, I just made Roy feel uncomfortable. Don't say the N-word, Roy.
I'm like you guys. I actually work. That's in my car.
Yeah,
all day.
that's true. It's
All right,
Necro, by the way. Don't say the other word. You'll get in trouble, Roy. But Maurice is allowed to say it. We're just not.
Hey, Necro was what? He gave everybody, people who came start, said, hey, can your friend up too? He let him up, and the guy saying, nigger that, all this nigger that, and the nigger this and nigger that. I was like, damn, Necro let that go. And the dude put up a video of two dudes being tied up like black slaves, and one of them was licking the other butthole, and they put that on chat on. Necro had to shut his whole live down and then come back up.
Listen, Necro yesterday announced that anybody that was blocked, he unblocked. So he gave free. He basically told all the people that were porn bombing him and everything to come back. So he's a big boy. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to run a channel. So if he wants to do that, that's on him. Robert,
Hey,
right?
oh, and Necro, you're on the hot seat right now. Fuck it, I'm gonna add you in. Necro, you're on the hot seat. Bobby was on there last night, and Bobby is sitting up there talking, and this dumbass person was going off on Bobby, and Necro sitting there, Necro not doing nothing. The person pretty much kicked Bobby off. Necro didn't stick up for Bobby, and Bobby said, I know him for a couple years and all this stuff. Necro allowed the people to talk about the Sam Lee and the Red and Gary Middleton hacking thing when they don't know shit. Necro just sat there. Bobby got up and left. Necro, Bobby left, I left, Ricky Knight left, a whole lot of people left because of what you got going on. You're on the hot seat for not having a pair of balls to stand up to these people. And then Tommy last night clicked on because they doxed Tommy, and I'm like, damn, they doxed Tommy on there, and Necro knew about it. Necro still didn't say nothing. These dudes still got wrenches and everything. Necro, Tommy got up there and kicked somebody off the screen, and that's not even his channel. You gave them people authority on StreamYard to pull people up, turn up mics and everything. You don't even know these people. You are so worried about being accepted that you lost a lot of good people that were there having real good conversations with you, and you're overturned by all these freaks. You're overturned by all these freaks. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, so you're on the hot seat. Your channel got to get cleaned up. You get porn bombed all the time. You allow anyone to just get up there. You don't allow anyone to show a face like it's crazy. That's why rules are put in place. You have a Nightbot and don't even have them set for the right stuff, Necro. You got to grow a set of balls. Them idiots will never come on this platform and do that type of stuff. That's why you're on the hot seat for this, Necro. You are on the hot seat. You have let a whole lot of things go. You have not spoken up for the people that have been backing you up. You pick the sides over people that are sending you money on the low, and they're controlling your whole show. And you're letting them over, and you just meet them like yesterday. Oh yeah, you're a great person, and then they porn bomb you. You gotta stop wanting to be accepted like that, man, because you're fucking it up, Necro. You're on the hot seat for that. Until you make some changes, G, man, I feel sorry for you, G.
In all fairness, I agree with what you're saying, but look at it. We all know that once you get boxed in as a gig tuber, it's hard for the algorithm to let YouTube won't let us be nothing but gig tubers. So I understand why he's doing it. He doesn't want to be a Pedro. He doesn't want to be UDM. He don't want to be, it's like me. Do you know if you put in a search on YouTube for always cherry pick DoorDash, I don't come up. More Finance does and everything because I scrubbed myself for that. I don't want to be considered a gig tuber. That's partially why I'm making this other channel. So Always Cherry Pick can be a real channel about real shit. So I understand what Necro's doing. I understand where he's coming from, but I also agree with you. It's risky, and he's shitting on some people that hopefully will understand. Like me or Bobby or whoever. We understand. We love Necro. We want him to do good. But it comes with a cost. Tommy was his brother, and he sold Tommy out. Yes.
They doxed Tommy's wife, G. They doxed Tommy's wife.
But Tommy and him have been friends since before Necro hung out in the lounge. I mean, they were all buddies. Them and Gigwise and JK all used to hang out at night together, So I agree with that, but I also understand what he's doing because once you get labeled on YouTube, YouTube only puts you on the GigTube algorithm, which is very small, and Necro doesn't want to be.
Yeah, it is very small,
right?
But that's why I tell people I got a variety channel, y'all. I got a variety. Fuck that.
Yeah. Why?
That's the wrong way to do it.
Children, you ain't variety. Don't start that just because you got
Nah, that's the wrong way to do it though. Just like you see, like this is why people. Prime example why you just. I don't know why people think that when everybody has a wrench, it makes your channel look better. That means that whenever you see a bunch of wrenches, when you go to a live and it's from a whole bunch of other people, like the whole room people, that means anything goes on that channel. That means anything goes. You type up something, they might do some weird shit and blast you all over the internet with those. That's what those channels are like. You're not supposed to have everybody in there with a wrench, man. And Necro, you've been taking over. You've been taking over, and that sucks, man. That we saw you take over for Flex when the lounge, when after his mini suspensions, you got it going good. You had it going, and then you were like, I just want to just be weird. You said you were gonna be doing other titles and thumbnails. You didn't say you were gonna just start like revamping your roster. You have a channel now that is now known for trolls, and people don't want to go over there. So trolls do get a lot of people watching their videos or watching their live streams. But if there ain't no education, nothing funny, nothing like that, I ain't even trying to be over there, G. So
Robert, you helped name us, and I'll say us, the Flex, the Lion's Den. And Flex got his balls cut off because of copyright strikes, and certain people don't want him to say certain things about women or whatever. Basically, he can't be the lounge that he used to be. And Necro came from the Lion's Den. And Necro took what Flex did and he pumped that bitch up. He made it a lot more controversial, a lot more crazy, a lot more cutthroat. So kinda, it's almost what the lounge could have been if it didn't get steamrolled, if it didn't get stopped. So like I said, I'm agreeing with you and I'm agreeing with Reese. I'm not riding the fence. I'm agreeing with Necro. I'm not riding the fence. I understand what Necro's doing. He's my personal friend. I know what he's doing, but it's risky and he could lose his whole channel over it. But he's taking that risk. So that's just my opinion.
Well,
I agree with you, Robert. I think that he's taking a risk. Yeah. He could lose his channel tomorrow for that shit.
Yeah, and that's why it's the hot seat. People, there ain't no arguments. It's opinions. You on the hot seat, we go talk about. We go talk about it and get it on out. That's what the hot seat's about.
I don't want to hear cherries over with Reese picking on Necro. I love Necro. He's my personal friend. I understand it. He's allowed to call. He's one of the few people that if he calls me, I will give him YouTube advice because I like to give advice about women. I like to give advice about whatever. I'll give you advice on how to do DoorDash or Uber, but I'm not going to give you YouTube advice. I'm not here to make your channel. But Necro is one of the people I owe him. He's a fucking loyal person to me personally. And I'm agreeing with Robert. You're running a fucking risk of getting your channel taken down tomorrow, brother. Just be careful, Necro. That's all. And this isn't an argument. We're not, like Robert said.
Yeah, this ain't an argument.
Conversation. We ain't picking on Necro. I'm not canceling Necro. I was in Necro's last night and had a good time until it started to get a little rough. And I said, fuck this, I'm out. But I'll be back. I like Necro. He is my friend. I will support him. But
people, the hot seat. We ain't talking about people. We're talking about specific situations and giving our opinion on. If the person's not able to click the link to talk about it, then we can give our opinions based upon what we are seeing. That is why it's the hot seat. So ain't no one talking about nothing else like that. People, we ain't dissing, but we also have seen what happened to Flex when Bobby and them were saying, man, your channel can get taken down anytime and Flex will get hit. Flex will get hit with a 1 week, a 2 week, things like that. So we are speaking about what we have seen from the history, and it really happened. So how Necro got it going on now, it can't completely be a repeat of what happened to Flex, and then Necro will be starting all over trying to figure out what to do next.
Right.
So that's all it is, people.
Understand that 3 strikes you're out with us. We're content creators. For lack of a better word, I'm going to call myself a content creator. So understand that those 3 strikes don't wait. So if you have one now and you can't post for a week, people can get you 2 and 3 in that week period. It's not like they're fair about it. You can 3 strikes and you're out, man, you know, until the time frame goes. So it's not like, oh, I got 1 strike, now I'm safe. It's not like they put you in the corner where you can't get the 2nd and 3rd one immediately. And y'all don't understand that. And the one thing I'll say about Eli, and I don't talk about Eli, but he is right. January 24th terms of service with YouTube made things a little difficult for people. It's a lot tighter than it was from the last update. I think it was in November. And I actually read through the last update and I'm like, holy moly. Like if you go by the letter of the law, a lot of channels can get taken down. So, I mean, yes, Robert ain't fucking paying his bills on this shit. Either am I. Nobody is. Even the people like Pedro that say they are really aren't. But, you know, we do have to look at this as a business. I can't be all out cherry all the time anymore. I have to pull back a little based on the new rules. So,
right. And people, we all know that when I do shows, people, I already don't use the bad words and stuff that everybody uses, but there are certain things now. That's why I'm creating separate, more separate series now, so that when I know it's a series in a show, then I'm gonna be monitoring myself like the FCC. You know what I'm saying? It's over me. You know, when I'm just up here, just like, let's just go live. Somebody just start talking some stuff. You may see me go ham. So I've had to tone my ham moments down, people, because of the new rules and the terms of service that YouTube has. I can't go ham like all the way anymore. I have to tone that down. So when I do go ham, I gotta sound like a nerd sometimes.
Living room. They kicked Reese out of his own living room because they didn't want to hear all that gibberish in his house. It's like, we got a family in here. We can't be listening to fucking Roy and all that screaming. You better do that shit in the car. And you better have your wife next to you to make sure. So if you say anything bad, she's going to take her hand and put it over your mouth real quick.
Watch this. Cherry, watch this.
Yeah.
I got my own white hand. Hey, y'all seen Kevin Hart? Hey, y'all seen Kevin Hart? Balls is ice, cold as balls. He got his white hand. I got my white hand.
There you go. But that white hand's gonna slap the shit out of you and say, "Don't you know our family's watching? If you're gonna talk that way, you should have another channel. You should have a channel called Blade Vigilante if you want to do that trolling stuff."
Oh my goodness! Why'd you said Blade Vigilante? So he's gonna be mad at you, Cherry. He's gonna say that we're do? He's gonna say that we're conspiring. He already said that I was responsible for him almost getting into a car accident on his live show today. He was getting hammered with the trolls, and cars were honking at him and everything. And he was saying that it was the other people's fault. Then he tied me into it, like I'm responsible for him almost getting into an accident. All he has to do is drive and not pay attention to the chats like that. So Ghost, you were not alone. You were not alone. Right. He implicated me also, Ghost.
Let me explain something to you. If he's being irresponsible, driving around with an order, holding somebody's milkshake, trying to read the chat, he can barely drive as it is, the senile old son of a bitch. It ain't your fault. Tell him to pull over. Why you doing it live? I mean, listen, is that responsible, DoorDash Revolution, to be delivering food, doing a podcast, and driving around? Is that you're a hazard to your community? No wonder Ghost wants to kick your ass.
And I got one more thing for you right here, Rev. I got one more thing for you. I saw that you got on your live and you said that I lied about the Dash and investor, and you went back from 3 weeks right now to go to comments that you left on his channel. 3 weeks ago, I was talking about Current. Okay, I was talking about Current because he does a live challenge with Dashing with John every single day. They're on live doing a challenge, and they're doing it, and they're competing against each other. I said, I don't see you in those chats. You don't even know that he's over here doing a live challenge, and you could be talking to him about that stuff. I said, when do you comment on his videos? You gave him a wrench after I did an interview with him, and then you heard that, you know, from your own words, tell Red and him about the chat challenge. So I said, and I played your own words about the challenge, that how you broke it down. They heard everything. They heard what you said, so they issued you a challenge individually and said they can be a team to challenge you. And they're not talking about the platinum or anything. It can just be straight DoorDash, no matter what tier system you're on, no matter what you got. They said we can do it like that, head to head or 2-on-1. Well, since the dashing investor said you can't even beat two people because he knows the numbers. If two people get an order that's $15 at one time and you got one that's $6, they're already beating you. So he said you cannot beat two people. You can't even do that. So when he said, Robert, get the contract signed, he said, I want to get this done. You got mad because they called you out to do a challenge. Straight up challenge. They ain't talking about you. You said that they can't do content for 3 years and stuff. No, they want to do a straight up challenge with you, and you're turning it down, saying, no, I want to do it so you don't do content. They don't even know you, and why would they not do it if they're doing content to make money on the side? They want to do a simple challenge, and that's what I was saying. So I did not lie. You said you lied, said I'm not in communication with him. That was 3 weeks ago. I'm in there talking to him every day. So, you give a wrench to someone that you barely communicate with, and everything is timestamped from 3 weeks ago. So if you do that and they don't even go into your channel, why are you giving wrenches away if they don't even know the rules, your style, what you allow and what not? You're just doing it for no reason. So no, I am not lying, Rev. That's what you did. And you're not over there watching their lives, their live episode. So therefore you are lying. So don't tell people I'm lying. I'm telling the truth. And I said, what are you going to do when your own moderator that you just made a moderator and your own subscriber challenges you? And he did that. I said, what are you going to do? You banned him from your channel. You kicked him out. And I got my man right here. Dashing with John is right here. Oh, yeah.
There you go. Hey, listen,
get hot in here, like Nelly said.
Out. Hey, let me out. Listen, Robert, I'm going to see you in May. We're going to do a show together, Uncuffed with Robert Reese.
Yes, sir.
Maybe. If you behave. I don't want to hear no dirty.
If you behave, punk.
If you behave.
All right, Sherry.
If you behave. Listen, when I see you, it's a green light. It's on site. John, I appreciate you, man. I've been watching you a little bit. I'll give you more attention as we get going. It's just you're hanging out with a smelly old man right now. I don't want to be around you if you're going to do a challenge with D-Rev. See who can take a shower in the morning. See if you can, D-Rev, maybe you should take a shower in the morning. You smell. Listen, y'all have a good day. And this isn't a conspiracy, by the way. We've always hated you, DoorDash Revolution. See you, Blade Vigilante.
You never know what Cherry gonna say. You never know what's gonna come out his mouth. Never gonna know what's coming out his mouth. What's up? What's up, my man?
What's going on? Can you not see me?
No, you all pitch black, like we was in Space Mountain blindfolded.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I just jumped on and I had, hold on, it has my camera on and everything.
It's all good. I can hear you.
Okay.
It's all good.
Right, cool. I want to jump right into Mr. Blade Vigilante / D-Rev. I went into his live today, came in there and said, hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? And automatically he said, I got something to say. He ain't as nice as he says he is. And I'm trying to go in there asking people how they're doing. And I said, hey, I got a friendly challenge. And he said, I don't care about your challenge. And then he was like, you don't even know what my challenge is about. So y'all need to stop pocket watching, whatever that means. Maybe that's some Southern thing I don't know about. But anyways, and then I said, dude, I just want a chance. He's like, I got rules and stuff like that. I was like, just heads up, friendly challenge. There ain't nothing friendly gonna happen here. And then he put me on timeout and then kept talking. And I couldn't defend myself with some, I don't know where, I mean, he's from Memphis. I'm from California. I'm a little bit more from the streets and shit like that. I don't know where in the world you can start talking, saying, oh, you a troll, this and that, time me out. And then I can't say nothing. I can't defend. I can't do anything.
Yeah, man. It's I thought that was disrespectful because you're a real person, and check this out. Your channel is growing like at a very, very, very great pace. if you are a content creator in the gig world and you see that someone's channel is growing like that, you're gonna pass him up in subs relatively soon. And when someone is growing like that, that's what he did to me. He tried to attach on to me, you know, because my channel's growing. But when someone's channel was growing like that, and you can create good content with that content creator, a friendly challenge like that is great content. You'll get more people watching your channel and everything. So for him to not even understand the marketing aspect of that, and then to absolutely someone that is a new subscriber, recently new moderator, I said in his chat, congratulations to the new moderators. Investor was one. Someone that'll turn the back on a subscriber and a moderator for wanting to challenge you to a dash off. You should be proud of that, because that's one of your subscribers and challengers that says, hey, I see you getting down. I think I can beat you. Why you go hate on him because he's doing that and get mad at him? Why you go get mad at him because he wants to do that? Why are you issuing challenges that you feel you can beat people, but someone can't challenge you to a simple, fair challenge? We ain't talking about you can't do DoorDashing forever, or you can't put content up for 3 years, all this weird stuff that and then you said, Reese, you turned it down, and because you turned it down, but you tied me into some new challenge with both of them saying that it's 3 years and stuff. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's a simple challenge that they're trying to do. Simple. Let's dash and put our totals. That's it. We ain't talking about no other stuff.
And I'm gonna go another step further. Like, we coming up, he got rules like you have to be in the new tier program. My area don't got the new tier program. You can't be in the LOP program. Like I ain't trying to be like that guy, but that sounds like a lot of segregation to me. Like, we gig content workers and we trying to shut down and shut out some of the gig community. I mean, I do my history. I know history. Last time we had segregation in here, we had a whole population not too happy with that. But now we're gonna segregate gig workers and stuff like that, like exclude them. Like, you lose part of your subscribing list. Like, oh, sorry guys, you ain't top tier, you ain't on the tier program, you got this and I don't. Like, why are we pigeonholing our gig workers? Why are we excluding some of them?
It don't make it does not make sense, because you go say, you know, you can't have LOP and you have to be in the platinum. Well, first of all, your ratings are your ratings. If the tier, like you said, if the tier system is not there, it's not there. Your ratings are what they are. Now, you know, well, you can't be on the LOP. How you gonna penalize somebody for what they have the access to? People on the tier system are gonna get certain orders and things that can't nobody else get. So if you got that rule and that's where you are, let them have their LOP. You're gonna get LOP in the highest tier system. That don't make no sense. That you would say, well, you know, you can't do anything. That's like saying, well, you can't use catering, no LOP, no pizza program. It has to just be regular $6 orders. That's not how it goes. John said straight DoorDash. He said DoorDash only. No multi-apping. Like you said, Rev, you also said that. No multi-apping, straight DoorDash. Let's see what you can do on DoorDash. Why do you got to make up now these individual rules within DoorDash? Well, if you got the LOP, look, we did a Del Taco order last night. It was $4.75 was the show for it for 2 miles. It ended up being $32. They got 7 Fiesta packs from Del Taco, so they cost $14 a piece. They spent $100 on Del Taco for JB Hunt at their truck loading. That we went inside. Put it on the tables and stuff for them, but it wasn't catering. That was a large order. Who cares what somebody spends? Well, I'm not getting enough orders of people ordering $100. Man, nobody care. What about your service and you just getting the orders in and that's what you made? That's what you do. Just like how Pedro went in and battled William Anderson. William Anderson drove there and said they use DoorDash and Uber Eats only. So that's what they did. William Anderson won, and it was a straight up challenge, Rev. There wasn't no add in this, take out that. Well, you drive a hybrid. You don't count. You got an electric car. I gotta put more gas in my car. Man, no. No,
And
straight up and down challenges, because you making it seem like you putting out challenges that can't nobody even join if they wanted to.
And what makes me madder than anything, like I was timed out, which means y'all know you can still go in there. Like he had new people coming in and he was like, oh man, you should have been here earlier. Like on one breath, he's saying, I'm kicking all these shit disturbers out of here so I can do my normal live. And then when new people come in, he's like, oh, you should have been here earlier, and brings it all up again. And then times out everybody who was in there that can't defend themselves or say anything. Like I said, I don't know what they do down in Memphis, but that's some hoe ass shit right there. I'm just saying.
That's the Eli Mellis effect. That's what Eli Mellis does. And coincidentally, Eli was in the Revs live when he saw what the Rev was doing. He was like, "That's cool. I'm glad you're doing it." That's what the Rev was doing. And the Rev says he's tired of drama, but this is what he's doing. Look, he's issuing challenges that can't nobody do. And I was watching. He was saying, "Look, I got attacked. I got attacked earlier, and the guys missed it. You saw what they did to me, but we gonna take care of them." And he kept going back to that. And the craziest thing was there was somebody in there that he did a live interview with at a conference. The lady came inside the chat and she left. He in there talking about the trolls and doing all this stuff when the person he interviewed just saw him acting like a fool.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like I said, like I went in there, I didn't say anything crazy. The craziest thing I said, because he done pissed me off, was I said, I've only been on here 46 days and my live has as many people in my lives as yours does. So what's going on here? That's the craziest and most disrespectful thing I said to him. Like I was in there trying to be nice. I watched a couple of his videos. I wanted to see his live, see what he was about, wanted to see how his days went. And then quickly he was like, nope, you're a troll. And in fairness, he called himself a troll too, but he don't know me. Like all I did was issue a friendly challenge. I said, if he thought he could beat 6 people, I said that was completely disrespectful and that I wanted to go heads up with him. No rules, no nothing. Just, hey, see whose day goes better. And then he wants to time me out and keep talking about it. Like it just makes no sense. And then he's like, oh, I can't mess with Robert Reese's people and stuff like that, which is crazy. Like it's maddening. Like I said, like don't
look. You're learning that there's a pocket in the gig community. Oh, people, and I have an announcement. There will be an interview with the Ohio Valley Dasher. He's got about 4,000 subs, but he's also known as the Ohio Valley Couponer. He has 50,000 subs on that end. We are in talks for an interview to go over the couponing side and the gig work. And I got a couple addiction questions to ask him. So that interview is coming up soon, people. So just know, I want to go ahead and just fill that in, just fill you in with that. That interview is coming in. But this is what you're learning now, John. There is a small pocket in the whole gig community that how I do my videos, how I do my shorts. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I put up. It brings hate. How I do my shows, how they don't like the hot seat because of how it's set up. They don't like certain things because I thought of them first. And so I'm doing it. So there's a lot of hate on me, and I understand why. You know, I'm a huge target. I talk a lot, I market a lot. I throw a lot of people channels up there. So if you do have something going on with him, he's gonna talk about you. So that's like word of mouth right there. I get it. I just want them to just be real with it. Just say, hey, you know, it is what it is. I let people know what I'm doing. I don't lie about it. I'm going to be doing this. Bam. They're going to watch it. That's what I do. Like my shows. I'm going to talk about you in this show. Bam. I'll let you know that it is what it is. So there's a lot of hate with that. And it just comes with territory. But all the ones that do it, they watch. And then for somehow they end up talking about me for pretty much their whole entire episode. So I love that word of mouth. I love it. Look, when I ain't got to worry about doing the drama, like how I found out about the stuff later, I'm already getting set for this show. So I'm not even worried about none of that stuff. So while someone else is talking about me, doing marketing about me, and then my show starts, someone may say, well, let me go click on and see who this person is. Then they click on me doing like this show on how it went. Then I say, what? That's not what's going on. This show is nice. And I hope you guys did enjoy today's show of The Hot Seat. We have some good topics up here today.
Well, the last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to be out. Blade Vigilante, D-Rev, or whichever account you on today, I'm challenging you. Best of 5. Straight up. No BS, no nothing, no rules. We ain't segregating nobody. We stopped that a long time ago. Do your history. Straight up. Best of 5. See who the best is. Come get this smoke.
Challenge issued, and he hopped off the screen, people. And he hopped off the screen. Well, there you go. There you go. On the hot seat, people, we debunk bogus statements and we bring the facts. So the ending of this hot seat, you guys see how I did everything and I kept the gig at the end. The DoorDash was gonna be there, but I did do 2 separate things about gig, the revolution and another thing there. So that's about done there. But I'm gonna, because the gig world and our economy is so small on YouTube, when I'm going over these popular issues, the major DoorDash, Uber Eats, or gig economy issues, I will be having those incorporated in these, but not in the beginning. I'll put it in the middle, put it at the end, so other people are getting the information about it too. So it is going into the other breaking news out there. Hopefully you guys can learn something from this show, learn something about what's going on presently in the government, politics, on TV, or whatever else it is. Hopefully you guys do like. Now, if you guys are a Hot Crew member, you guys are able to pick topics or categories for the upcoming shows and things like that. If you are a support team member, you get a chance to throw those in also. I've opened that up to you guys too. So go ahead and get those in, people. This was episode 4 of The Hot Seat. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats from Cherry Pick. Thank you for the super chat from Cruising That Dasher. Thank you there. Thank you for everyone tuning in and who has stayed watching for the whole time. Thank you guys, and everybody else that's going to be watching this on the replay. Thank you so much. You got anything to say?
Peace.
She said peace, people. Look, we out of here like Chuck Woolery in 2 and 2, people. And we gonna get out like this. Since we were listening to gig music, we're doing some gig talk right there. I'm gonna leave you guys out with my intro here.
Hot facts with Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese.